It's been 3 weeks since former Assemblyman Sam Hoyt left his state development job, and now the scandal has turned into a legal battle. Good evening, I'm Mary Alice Demler.
And hello everyone, I'm Scott Levin. Our Dave McKinley has spent weeks going through the emails that are a key to the lawsuit filed over the weekend, and he's digging deeper tonight into the case for us. Dave?
Well, Scott, before she filed her lawsuit, Hoyt's accuser provided us with this envelope. It is stuffed with documents. There are legal documents, medical documents, copies of emails and text messages. And while it's clear she did not provide every communication between the two, these do establish a timeline of the relationship, which began 2 years before Hoyt abruptly left his post, and what the state has confirmed amid an investigation into her claims.
It has been very difficult for me to come forward with this.
Lisa Cater told us as a result of a domestic violence incident in 2011, she was hospitalized for injuries to both her body and psyche. But more than 4 years later, still battling lingering physical and psychological injuries, she says that made it difficult for her to keep a job and thus maintain a decent place to live. Desperate, she says she reached out to Sam Hoyt, whom she'd once met during a political fundraiser perhaps a decade ago, but who struck her as a nice guy dedicated to helping people. In an email dated November 7, 2015, she contacted Hoyt at Empire State Development, where he served as its regional president, explaining her situation. A series of emails provided by Cater indicate Hoyt promptly helped her get an apartment and a job at the DMV. But Cater's attorney alleges Hoyt wanted more than a thank you in exchange and began stalking and pestering Cater for sex.
Mr. Hoyt, the sexual harasser, constantly held that job over her head.
By this time, text messages between the two are demonstrative that the relationship between Hoyt and Cater had moved beyond strictly professional. Many exchanges sent late at night filled with innuendo. And though her lawsuit claims that Hoyt went as far as to text a nude picture of himself, the only ones she shared with us, though flirtatious, are not salacious. In our many conversations with the complainant, she insisted she never had a physical relationship with Sam Hoyt. Although in a statement, Hoyt called it short-term, consensual, and inappropriate. Whatever it was, it all came to a head on August 26, 2016, when the two met on one of these benches at LaSalle Park. Hoyt had suggested in a text message that they meet there to discuss some things, even offered to bring lunch. It was here, she says, that Hoyt got carried away and then grabbed her. The lawsuit claims he seized her by her privates and said, "I know this is what you want." While Hoyt, through his attorney Terry Connors, has strongly denied this. Last fall, he and Cater signed a settlement. She would get $50,000, Hoyt would admit to no wrongdoing, and she would keep everything confidential, which she also did not, because emails indicate by that time she'd already contacted the governor's office with a complaint against Hoyt, who just over a year later would resign.
And in response, she either received nothing or she received a generic email.
I have faith that the system of justice will prevail and not another woman has to go through what I went through.
Now, the point that her lawyer made, that she received no response from the state, is something the state has strongly denied. It says it opened 3 investigations into the matter and described Cater as an uncooperative witness in their probe. She told me by phone today that she broke the confidentiality agreement with Hoyt because she was upset that when he left, the state agency he worked for offered laudatory remarks about his service. And she says, again, this is not about money. She seeks this to prevent this from happening to anyone else. Reporting live, Dave McKinley, Channel 2 News.